How I make $4,496 a week in Skool might surprise you, but it's true. In this video, I'm going to break down how I've built a thriving membership community in Skool, the automated funnel I use to grow it, and how you can replicate my exact strategy using YouTube and email marketing. If you're ready to learn how to create consistent, reliable income from your own membership, then keep watching. First, let's talk about why memberships are one of the best ways to create recurring, stable income. I'm sure most of you watching already know what a membership or a paid community is, but in case you don't, a membership is a digital product where people subscribe and pay every month or every year or some sort of ongoing fee to receive value from you ongoing. This could be a program, this could be a paid community, this could be something that's a community and a program, and it could have other components as well. But the main difference between something like a membership and a course is typically a course is a one-time fee or a payment plan, but with a membership, it is an ongoing, and you keep paying every single month until you decide to cancel, or yearly and you keep paying every single year until you decide to cancel. And typically memberships lean a lot more heavily on the community aspect, and that is where Skool comes into play. So I use Skool as the software to run my membership. So within Skool, we have our community where members can chat with each other, ask questions, network, they can give feedback and testimonials on other people's products. We also have our classroom, and that is where the product is actually stored. So we have different modules, different videos, different downloads, PDFs, a lot of different components in this actual program of the membership. And then we also have a calendar tab. And this is where our weekly ongoing group Q&A calls, all the information in there is posted within the calendar. So it tells you when the next live call is coming up, how to access the past recordings, and just any information you would need to be able to attend or watch the replay of those Q&A calls. Something that makes Skool really unique is they also have a tab called Leaderboard. And this is actually a tool to help your students want to participate. So we've all been part of like a dead Facebook group or a dead Discord group, and a major driver of why I ended up switching from Discord to Skool is because I'll admit our Discord was dead and we had a lot of students complaining about it. They didn't know how to use it. They didn't like it. They didn't find it user-friendly and easy to navigate. And with Skool, not only is it like insanely simple and easy to navigate, I don't actually think we've had one student be like, I don't understand how this works, but also they have this leaderboard tab. And what this does is your members earn points. So how they earn points is by making their own posts or comments on other people's posts, and they gain points when they get likes. So what this does is it makes sure to reward the content that is actually helpful. Because if you just said, oh, we'll give you points for every time you post, people would just spam the group. But this is you get points when people interact with your posts and comments. And the more points you get, the more things you can unlock. And it's totally up to you what you have unlocked for those points. So for me, we have like 8 different things that unlock at different point tiers. We have different downloads, different trainings and prizes and things that people can unlock to be rewarded for participating. And we have found this to be like a game changer. It is night and day from when we were on Discord or even Facebook groups back in the day to being on Skool. Not to mention people literally like almost on a daily basis are just like, oh my gosh, I love Skool. I'm so glad you're on Skool. So needless to say, this is not sponsored by Skool, but I'm just so happy with switching. And I actually do have a link to a 14-day free trial of Skool in the description below this video. So if you are interested in checking out Skool, I would highly recommend it. I really can't think of anything else I would recommend other than Skool for like hosting something like a membership or a paid community or even a free community. Now, why I personally find memberships/paid communities, aka kind of the same thing, to be one of the best ways to create consistent passive income is because of what's called MRR. This stands for monthly recurring revenue. As most of you know, I have done over $9 million to date in my career with digital products since 2014. And I have done like literally every single digital product over the sun. We're talking ebooks, templates, PDFs, lots and lots of courses, pretty much name a digital product, and I have done it. The thing I love most about memberships is MRR, monthly recurring revenue, because what happens when you don't have a digital product that people pay ongoing for is you're essentially starting every single month at zero. Sure, you might have some payment plans for courses or things like that, but once those dry up, it's not like ongoing. It's just, oh, they're paying one payment this month, one payment next month, or $99 a month for 6 months. You know, for my membership, it's $59 a month, and you pay that until you decide to cancel. And honestly, I wish I would have done a paid membership sooner, because I can say without a shadow of a doubt that this business model is the least stressful business model I've ever had in my digital products business. And it's simply because we do not start every single month at zero. We know that we have a set number of members that that are recurring. We know what our MRR is every single month. Not to mention, I have a lot of other things set up now that are ongoing, like affiliate payments and brand deals and like different things that we have. And of course, we're getting new students every month, but it's just so much night and day from when I was doing one-off digital products, which if you are a complete beginner, I still recommend you start with something like an ebook or a training, because a membership is a lot more work. Like you have to create a whole program. You have to not only get people to join, but you have to get people to stick. And getting people to commit to paying you X amount every single month ongoing is a lot more of an ask than saying, hey, this is a one-time price of $99 or $29 or whatever it is. And that's not to say you won't do a membership someday. I would highly recommend that you do, but I just want to put that out there for all the complete beginners watching to please start with something like an ebook or a training, because you only have to create, one little PDF or one training that you can sell over and over again. And once you get the hang of it, then I would recommend moving to something like a membership, because again, this is one of the best ways for consistent passive income because you're not starting every single month at zero. I used to have a business model like that, and it was so stressful every single month to be like, okay, how are we going to get sales this month? What's our plan this month? And with my current business, our plan is the same. We show up the same every month. Everything's recurring. And not to mention, it's less stress, but it's also easier to manage team members if you have or want to have team members in the future, because their role in the business is also ongoing. It's not like you're changing things every single month. So to recap that, the reason I find this to be one of the best forms of consistent passive income is because of the monthly recurring revenue. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is how do you grow a membership? Well, the thing you're going to need to grow and make sales with a membership or any digital product is traffic. And for me, you've probably already guessed it, but my chosen traffic source and what I recommend the most for right now is YouTube. And when I say for right now is because way back in the day, I started with blogging and Pinterest. That was like the cool hot thing, right? And right now, YouTube is the cool hot thing and you gotta jump on it. Now, I would love to say before it's too late, but I do think YouTube's gonna be around for a long time. It already has been around for a long time. So how you make sales for your membership or any digital product is you start growing your own following. I know that you're seeing other videos out there being like, sell on Etsy, sell on Amazon, sell on these other places, but I talk about this in almost every single video I make, and there are so many downfalls to selling that way. Number one, you have to pay their listing fees. Number two, there is a sea of competitors that you are directly competing against within that same space. That then leads to them wanting you to pay for ads to stand out. Not to mention, it is a price war. It's like, okay, who can price their products the least and post the most amount of times? It's just not a good, sustainable business model. Not to mention, you are building it on someone else's land. So they could literally shut down your account, your Etsy, your Amazon, your whatever at any time. Again, I really highly recommend growing your own following. Not only is that what I recommend, it's what I do. It's what I've been doing since I started in 2014. I haven't done it another way because this, quite frankly, is the best way to do it. Not only do I not pay fees, I don't have to run paid ads, but I've actually built my own business foundation that I own. So you're probably now thinking, well, you don't own YouTube. They could shut you down at any time. And yes, that is true. But here's what I do. What I do is I move my YouTube followers to email subscribers, and your email list is something that you do own. It is part of your business. You can download that CSV file and move it to any other email marketing software whenever you choose, because that email list is yours and no one can take that away from you unless you break some like federal rules or something. So don't do that. But what I do is within every single video, I mention freebies. So what I do is if you've watched this video this far and you're like, wow, cool, a membership sounds cool, or an ebook sounds cool, but you want my full list of all 54 different types of digital products completely for free, then go in the description below this video and download it for free now. Okay, so that really is there and you really can go download it, but do you see what I just did? That is an example of showing you guys how I move my YouTube followers to email subscribers. So people will go, they'll download that freebie, they'll put in their name and their email. That way we have the information to send the freebie, and at the same time, they are joining my email list. So now what happens is I am able to send them more helpful content and also invite them to purchase any of my digital products if they're wanting further help on that topic. And that is what I would recommend for you as well. Okay, the other piece of the puzzle of how I sell my membership is with an automated funnel. Now, I will warn you, this is more advanced. And again, if you are a complete beginner who's never sold a digital product before, then I highly recommend you start with an ebook or a paid training. However, once you're ready for a membership or a paid community, I recommend selling it with a sales page that then leads to a checkout page that they can then purchase on. Now, a sales page is simply just a one-page website that just has all the written information about the actual membership. This is the name of the membership. This is what's included. This is who it's for. This is who it's not for. These are the FAQs. These are the testimonials, all the information they would need to make a buying decision. And then there will be buttons throughout the sales page. And once they click on one of those buttons, it will bring them to a checkout page where they can actually put in their information, their credit card information, and actually sign up and buy the membership. Now, I sold my membership Freedom Creator Club for the first full year solely with a sales page and a checkout page. And that is exactly how I would recommend you start as well. But again, I want to teach you the advanced thing that I do now. So this is called an automated webinar funnel. Now, if you're not familiar with what a webinar is, I would highly recommend you go in the description below this video, sign up for my free automated webinar training. So it's going to not only show you what an automated webinar funnel is, but it's also going to give you free on-demand access to my passive income training. It goes through how you should find what digital product to sell, how to build your audience, how to actually make sales on autopilot. It goes through everything. This is like my big masterclass and it's totally for free. So again, click that link. It's the first link in the description below this video. And so again, what a webinar is it is simply a training. So mine are typically 1 to 2 hours long, and they go over my story, my experience with digital products, who I am and why I'm able to teach on this. I don't love, having to like brag myself up and talk about my accomplishments, but obviously that's really important information for you to learn when you're looking to make a purchase with someone, right? So I share that. I also usually share like 3 different takeaways during the training. So I'll share like 3 pieces of valuable information. So in this one, I talk about, how to find your digital product idea, how to grow your following, how to sell it on autopilot. And then after I've delivered all that value, I go into what's called my pitch. This is where I present Freedom Creator Club and everything that is included in it, all of our student testimonials, and I reveal the price. I'm not even going to make you wait. It's only $59 a month, spoiler alert. And what happens is people watch this training. They're like, okay, now I know who this person is. Now I know them. I like them. I trust them. I have information about their product. So they're watching the training, they get to the end, they get to the pitch, and they can decide if they want to purchase or not. So we have a link that leads to the checkout page where they can make the purchase. That is what a webinar is, but what an automated webinar funnel is, there's a little bit more to it. There is what's called an opt-in page. This is where someone puts in their name and email to get access to the free training, aka webinar. It's an opt-in page that leads to the actual training that leads to then a checkout page. And again, I recommend starting with a sales page because it's simpler and easier. But once you can add on the automated webinar funnel, and if you get that converting really well for you, that is going to help you scale and boost your sales. It has been really helpful for me, but I just don't think it is the best skill to learn from day one. So if you're a beginner, start with an ebook or a training first with just a checkout page. Then when you're ready to go to memberships, create a membership and start selling with a sales page and a checkout page. Then once you're ready for the advanced, then you can go to doing something like an automated webinar funnel, which is what I sell with today. Okay, lastly, let's talk about email marketing, because I'm sure if you've watched any of my other videos on this channel, you know that email marketing is 40 times more effective at making sales than social media alone. Whether it is someone downloading a freebie, they're going to get that freebie via email. And once they get on my email list, they're going to get a welcome series, which is 1 email a day for 5 days, which gives them information about who I am. It gives them helpful information. It tells stories. It also has a call to action to my free on-demand training, which then brings me sales as well. And then I have a 9-month-long automated email sequence that also helps move people from being prospects to buyers. And then within my automated webinar funnel, I also have emails for that. So if you sign up for my free training, you are also going to get follow-up emails that are like, hey, I saw you watch the training. Here's a testimonial from this dude. Here is what's included. Here's why this is so amazing. Genuinely, if I took email marketing out of my business, I would probably make like a 10th. Honestly, probably less than that. I would make like a pin drop of what I make, because most of our sales are because of email marketing. Like, it is the most important. And even if you're watching this and you're not ready for an automated webinar funnel or something super advanced like that, you are still going to want email marketing. In fact, in my membership Freedom Creator Club, the very first thing I do is I teach them to start their YouTube channel and then create their freebie to immediately start building their email list while they build their YouTube channel. And then I also teach how to do the welcome series and automations and all that cool stuff so they can make their sales on autopilot. And yes, you can do this with just just an ebook or a training and a checkout page. You don't need a full-blown automated webinar funnel to start making sales with digital products. As I've said like several times throughout this video, it's not the best way to start anyways, but I know you guys like the advanced information. So I wanted to go into that and also share like how I'm marketing and making sales today as well. Memberships have quite literally changed the game for me. I wake up every single day to new sales. I start the month with X amount of sales. I do not have to start every single month at zero. We have built such a tight-knit, amazing community of people who show up every single day, week, month within our Skool community. It also allows me to really put even more time, money, and resources into making the program better because we're getting paid ongoing. So I really just cannot recommend creating your own membership or paid community enough. Now that you know how I make $4,496 a week in Skool, you might be wondering how you can create your very own paid membership in 24 hours or less using AI. But how do you do that? Well, it all starts with watching this video next here, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be way more powerful. See you in the next video.